My name is Patrick Green, and I am recording the forum on revealing character. I believe sports display character, and they reveal it. Sports put you in competition settings, and out many people can get out of hand to win games. And integrity is weighed and tested when it comes to a competition. The opportunity to cheat is always at bay, where there's not following the rules, intentionally hurting another team, using aids, drugs, performance enhancement drugs, technology, paying off refs to get an advantage to win the game. Sports is a pressure cooker. Sports also allows you to choose the right situation when it's hard is to do so, even if it costs you all that you're working for. That could be the game, that could be your career, but sports can reveal you making the right choices. This could happen by following the rules, by not talking trash, by not retaliating when someone does something wrong to you. Um, Also, when you lose and don't blame others or the refs or the other team, but acknowledge that you did get beat and you give credit where credit is due. Character is displayed when you have to humble yourself and put your team ahead of yourself. For example, if you're not a starter and your job is to try and help the starters get ready for your opponent, or if you are a starter and you're trying your best to prepare those who come after you off the bench and prepare them in case of an injury, or you just have an off game. Character is displayed when you are not chosen to start and you don't create it. You're not a cancer on the team, or talk trash about your teammates, or talk bad about them, or your coach, and cause division within the team. Um, Character is also displayed by shaking hands with the other team at the end of a game if you don't like them or not, or if they're your rival. Character is revealed if a referee makes a bad call and you don't go off and be a jerk to them and tell them how you feel. Character is displayed by also not talking to the crowd in inappropriate gestures or ways, whether you're on the road or if a heckler comes to your field. Um, Character is displayed by showing up on time and treating other facilities with respect. Um, Also, when you show up to a practice or a game, and if your team is in the worst, if they're the worst team in the league, and or they're not winning, it's not a winning season, or if you don't want to play anymore, and you show up and you compete and not just give in. Each day and each practice and each game needs to be a day as if it's your last, and you need to feel privileged and thankful that you're able to participate in that game or that sport. Character is revealed when one gives praise to those who's helped them instead of taking all the glory for themselves. It's also revealed in the off-season conditioning or early workouts when it's before the sun gets up, and you're giving your all and helping your teammates and yourself become the best you could possibly be. Again, I agree. Going back to it's agreeing. It's not agreeing, but it's respecting the coach's decisions, even if you don't agree with them. If a teammate is doing something wrong and they shouldn't, it's when you're confronting them to better them and better the team instead of turning your head and let them do whatever they want. Um, it's easy to have good character when things are going great, but you need to be humble in those situations. But character is definitely tested and revealed when the situations are the hardest. Being a champion is having the right attitude, no matter what the outcome is or whatever is thrown your way. And not everyone can be the best, and not everyone can win all the games. Um, but when one does win, they need to be have great be give grace and be grateful, not prideful. And that is how character is revealed. Um, how will you encourage a character on your team or in the athletic training facility or fitness room or in your classroom? I will, I will and always can encourage my team when I'm coaching. By starting on day one, telling my team my expectations. I live those out on a daily basis and in every interaction with my team and stay consistent no matter what the circumstance is. Um, I need to establish a mission and a culture with my team that I live that my team will always live by every single day, in season out of season, and no matter what the environment is. And I want my team to be known for what their character is, not just for their wins and losses. It's important to put expectations on any paper that you hand out, on a contract, and have your players sign it and have them live that out. It's important to have um, your mission, what your team stands for on websites, social media, apparel, um, on your athletic training walls, on your weight training room. So that way, it's always in their face, and they always can see what your team stands for. Um, how I, though, as the leader, how I act and live out, my team will follow suit. So my team is going to obviously be a mirror of what I am, and so how I act and how I am is how my team's going to be. I need to approach anyone who's not following proper character immediately, and just nip that in the bud and tell them what we do and what we do stand for. And I need to be consistent with each player, no matter if they're the best on the team or not, or the least. But I need to start by creating a culture, making sure each player is important and necessary. They need to feel valued and feel like they are a part of something, and they need to have a buy-in as well. My language and heart must be in sync, and be in partnership. They can't be opposites, and I need to live out by what I say. Um, for my students, as far as teaching, I need to continue to look for teaching moments daily. When a student is doing something right, I need to catch them doing something right and encourage them, praise them, reward them. And if they're doing something wrong, I need to stop them immediately, and tell them they're not meeting expectations, and they need to refer back to what they should be doing, and continue to remind them um, what choices they should be making. Um, I also need to make sure it's also visual for them, making sure that there's posters, websites, slogans. Make sure they're written on um, all my walls, anything I hand out to them, spoken at the beginning and end of class or any end of practice, um, and always needs to be consistent. If you're not consistent, you'll lose all your value of what you say, and your students and your team's gonna write you off, and you're just gonna be a fake. Um, my students need to know that character is the most important thing, not a grade, not winning. But at the end of the day, it's how you act and who you are.